ADBHE, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think? Give us a call. 908-497-4284. Once again, that number is 908-497-4284. New Jersey Bloodlines in the studio. So hello, guys.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
We got Frank and Reek here. One of them being the founding members, of course. Correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So, well, we got a couple questions here for you guys. And first question for you guys, if you guys don't mind. Tell us about the first 3 years in the Jersey Bloodline. Oh, got you there.
Yeah. I'll defer to Reek.
Okay, yeah, let's see.
As we mentioned, the founding member is going to answer this.
Okay, so what happens? This band starts in a basement I guess January like 10th of 1992.
What time?
What time in the afternoon? I don't know. It was after school. Mario and I went to school together.
Last the time.
We were actually no. I was already out of school. Mario had just gotten out of school. It was probably about like 3:30 in the afternoon. Let's see. How did we set this up? Mario asked me if I knew of another guitar player or a bass player that would like to start a hardcore band, and I was like, "What do you mean, like a hardcore band?" Because I was just Mario's a funny guy. You'd have to understand why I was like, "What idea do you have?" And
Bro, hardcore, bro, like Bruce Springsteen,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, bro, I wanted to do something along the lines of Maki Pop and Leeway. Anyway, sorry, bro, if you're listening, I had to do it to you. So we get down there, start kicking the ball around. I told him, I was like, I don't know a bass player, but I have another guitar player that you guys should meet, and I think you guys should jam. Without even thinking that they were going to want me to sing. We go down in there. They start jamming whatever hardcore covers they know. We did, On the Outside by Leeway, World Peace, Malfunction, and We Gotta Know by the Cro-Mags, Sick People or The March of the White Trash by Breakdown, New Release by Killing Time. There was just a couple other songs. Reek, you know the words. Why don't you sing? Let's see how it goes. Do we even have a mic? Yeah. Plugged it into a guitar amp. Yeah, that fed back plenty. And
That was always nice.
Yeah. But there's nothing better, to be honest, man. Because that's what when you start your first, crappy punk band or crappy metal band or whatever you think you're doing when you're 12 or 13. That's what you got. So, nostalgia. So it sounded great. They were like, you could really put it out. I'm like, wow, we sound good together. Mario's brother, Tony, was the drummer. And Tony was great, really groovy, very suicidal style, kind of a little bit of that funk flair, Chili Peppers flair about him too. And, well, tried that about 2 or 3 times, just doing the covers. Then, who's got a riff? Mario came out with one riff. And that's...
Do you remember the name of the first song?
Yep. Matter at Hand. First track on the 1993 demo.
Oh, nice.
And pretty much the order of the demo is the order the songs are written in. And they didn't have names. I'm the only one that knew the names of the songs because I wrote the lyrics, and these guys just didn't care. We were just, doing a lot of drinking at the time because there was 2 guys in the band that were over 21, and there's Mario and I that were 16, 17, playing in a hardcore band, wearing our boots and our flight jackets and shaving our heads, and yeah. Well, it couldn't be cooler than we were the coolest kids on the block.
Yeah.
There was not one person in North End Elizabeth that was cooler than me. Or Mario.
Wow.
Or Mario.
Playing 1 through 5.
Yeah, playing 1 through 5, bro. And, well, we jammed on it for a year. We didn't really play out at all until Friday, November 13th, 1992 at Studio One. we were lucky because, I mean, granted, we opened the show and we didn't expect anyone to be there, but the show was with Biohazard and Dog Eat Dog, who, I mean, Biohazard had just released their first record less than a year before that, I think, maybe a little more than a year before that. Dog Eat Dog was starting to blow up huge. This is before they even got huge in Europe. And Rage, great band from Staten Island that I was just one of my favorites. So go up there, and seriously, we had to do pre-sale of tickets. All the opening bands had to sell tickets, which I think is lame. But whatever, it's a way the promoters protect themselves so that they can pay everyone. And it's a way for you to, it teaches you the value of actually getting out there and pushing your bands and making flyers and having people call you and talking about your band. Like, yeah, we're like this. And well, we sold about 30 out of 150 that we were given. The rest, we scalped them in the parking lot.
That's the way to do it.
That's right, Pete. That's exactly what we did. So, okay, set went great, sounded great. Promoter calls me downstairs. You guys want to play with the Bad Brains next month? I think you guys should play right in the middle of the show, about 4th or 5th. I was like, yeah. Here, Bad Brains was the first. Okay, people had bought me punk albums, hardcore albums, metal albums before. When I got my first money of my own that I earned when I was 10 years old, the first album I bought was Eye Against Eye by the Bad Brains. So here this guy is telling me, asking me if I want to play with the Bad Brains. Right in the middle of this, right underneath the opener, the co-headlining act. You know, I was like a pig in his slop at that moment. I was very close right there, but yeah, and it was amazing. It was the greatest feeling on earth, and we still had a fill-in bass player at the time, which was Joel from the Human Offense. Joel, if you're out there,
what up?
Ha. And thanks for that bass line. Still got it, as you know. So, third show, we had our original bass player, Jay Crime, actually playing for us at that time. We did I guess it was a cooler than cool scenester party in John Stanley from For the Love Of's basement. He was in Strength at the time. They weren't even called Strength 691 yet. That's for those of you that might be a little more savvy of the early 90s Jersey scene. You know, that was a sick party. It was us. The opening band was actually Bulldoze without Kevin. They were called Retribution, and Puda was actually the singer, playing bass and singing. It was sick. Like, our set was hectic. I mean, people got hurt. Stuff got broken. Lights were pulled out of the ceiling. And it just felt right. I destroyed Mario's guitar that night because it was just a wall of death came right at us. I just, boom, I put my foot up to kick people back into the pit, and I ripped the jack right out of his guitar. Yeah, I had to give him like $100 for that thing later. But
so you guys were really defining hardcore then?
Yeah, it was raw. It was raw, and I think like the music that we were putting out at the time was really blues oriented. Because Jim and I were doing a lot. Jim Morella, the original lead guitarist, he and I were doing a lot of drinking at the time. He was pretty much schooling me on like, this is what it's all about. He was 24, so you know what I mean. To him, he's like he's like a grandfather at the time, and he's like, yeah. So we were listening to a lot of Hendrix, a lot of Black Flag, a lot of old Oi. A lot of old Oi, not so much ska, not so much death metal. We were listening to straight up punk, hardcore, thrash at the time. A lot of Black Flag though, and so yeah, we were a mix of a blues, punk, hardcore band at the time. But we kept the party aspect, but there was always fights. And there was always stuff getting broken and security involved and cars getting towed.
Clean up Bow 5.
Yep. So teeth getting knocked out, and people were even coming up to me back then like, dude, broke my nose in the middle of your set. Never had a better time in my life. I'm like, okay. And then other people are like, you guys are from Elizabeth? Like, I didn't even know anybody listened to this crap in Elizabeth. Like, okay, cool. So, we established ourselves as that. After a while, Jim had a serious personal problems. Jay, if you're out there, hey, we're right across the highway. Come up and join us, dude. plenty of chairs in here, bro. They had some personal problems to sort out, and the band continued with my best friend on bass. Now, Joey had played guitar before and hadn't touched the guitar in about 2 or 3 years. Picked up a bass, started teaching himself, and pretty much I was not disappointed. He picked everything up great, and so now it was the four of us continuing on. Things got really difficult after a while, and we had to let it rest. We had to let it go. We had another drummer by this point, a good friend of ours named Ray, who's no longer with us. And
rest in peace, Ray.
Rest in peace, brother. And we just decided, things just kind of fizzled. We're all 18 now, and things are actually. And Tony was 23 at this point. He got a job for Ralph Lauren in designing. He basically stepped in a pile, and he got an amazing job. He went from security guard to designer in a matter of a week. So like here, he has a new career. The rest of us are all working now, doing our thing. I was going to Kane at the time, and we put it down for a year or so, and just not willing to really do Bloodline anymore. Joey meets Frank at a wedding and tells him, like, yeah, we played in this band. We're trying to start something new. Ray and Frank get together and start just kicking some riffs around, jamming. I was like, yeah, we got a singer. And, I was busy. I was taking night classes because this was a year later. I was actually starting to, I had a full-time job, so I was starting to take classes here at UCC.
What up?
A lot of UCC vitamins from all the bands I've had in here.
Yeah, be surprised. Yeah, there was I think even from Kane, I remember I had a class with the singer from the Blank 77, and that was big punk band at the time, especially like around the Jersey area, and they're part of the Pipeline crew too. So, and just the third time these guys get together, I show up.
An hour and a half late.
Yeah. Well, I think.
But to his credit, he took his jacket off and grabbed the mic and started singing immediately.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, these guys were doing a Leeway song, and I forget what were we doing.
We're doing Rise and Fall.
Yeah. Oh, we did Rise and Fall. Yeah. I jumped in the middle of the song, and not even knowing where I should start. I just kind of by luck, threw the dice and. Okay, that is the line. This is the second verse. Cool. Kudos to you, man. So, we had some new stuff, and I listened to the song once. You know what? I got some leftover Bloodline lyrics. Last song that we had written. And, now, mind you, the band started out as Bloodline because 2 of the members were brothers. We got wind of a band that had released a 7-inch on Victory Records called Bloodline from Minneapolis. I actually met the drummer of that band when I was in the Hoods, and we decided to change the name to NJ Bloodline.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I keep tapping on the table. It's just wish I had a pinky ring. It would sound cool at least. So we jam out that first song, and that's Blackout 2, because last song that NJ Bloodline had written was Blackout 1. So this was Blackout 2. Tape player went in right away. We didn't even we just recorded it right away, old school style too, little tape deck in the corner with a hoodie over it to filter out the fuzz.
Yeah.
We took it out and we just listened to it right away. And we're like, yeah. So we decided to continue the band, call it DNC, because I wanted to do that. I didn't want to continue NJ Bloodline. Frank says, I thought I was joining New Jersey Bloodline.
That was in the spring of 95, right?
This is, spring. This is about, actually, March, April of 95. Yeah. So,
Was it that early, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's what I got from my sources.
Yeah, I remember, because I took off my flight jacket, bro.
I don't remember last week. So.
I took off my flight jacket, so it was definitely cold out. It was windy. And that was at a place at the time. It was called Tunes Sound Rehearsal. It eventually became Stage Left, and now I don't know what the place is called now, but it's the studio right next to Bedrooms Unlimited on Route 22 that Anthony from E-Town Concrete owns now.
That's
Phony Studios, I think.
no,
Really?
is it Studio 22? I think. Or
Studio 22?
Either Studio 22 or I think they were gonna call it Dirty Jersey or something like that.
Dirty Jersey Studios?
I don't know.
Not Beer Gut?
I forgot what it was. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Not Receding Hairline Studios? No.
Bling Bling Studios.
So, yeah, we were on to something there, and then started working on another song. The next practice. Okay, we decided to take it as NJ Bloodline now. Invited Mario in, and we were having fun. We were getting along. Got a monthly room in Rahway, which was on, was that Lawrence Avenue?
Yeah, now the highway actually drives where it was.
Yeah, and yeah, it was.
There's a big pink building there.
Yeah.
It used to be right next to that.
Yeah, it was an all nude go-go place that actually it was a McDonald's. It was a McDonald's. We
Can I get fries with that?
Yeah. Well, for not using
Guinness
the
with my
exact
lap
words.
dance. I'll be Guinness for my lap dance and some fries.
But yeah, not using the exact words, but we used to call it McBoobs or McButt or Mc. Yeah, okay, other spots. So.
And oddly enough, they did not serve fish.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
Right,
So, but you could get a soda in there. You could get a soda, definitely. I was a little worried about, sometimes, like, I walked up, I'm like, I asked for a Diet Coke, and what did I give you? I don't want to know. So, and then.
Hepatitis C.
Yeah. Hepatitis C. Yeah.
And then after that, Ian comes into the crowd.
Yeah, because Ray and Mario were working together, so they were fighting constantly. And Ray comes up and says, "To me or him."
He called me.
Yeah,
he called me at my job and said, love Ray, but he put me in a bad position. It was kind of like he didn't want to work with Mario.
Yeah.
And I really didn't know either one of them.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't want to get involved in whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
So Ray decided he wanted to move on. And move on he did. He did other things musically that I'm sure he was very proud of, and that's great.
Yeah.
So,
Instantly, Rick from 25 to Life instantly saw that, and he was like, went after Ray. Ray just, after playing 2 shows with Rick, Ray wanted to choke him as well. He wanted to choke him worse than he wanted to choke Mario. So he's like, I'm not even going to get into the things that he said to me at the time. But,
so we actually had Tony fill in for like a month, which was great for me because he was able to play the songs that I had heard on the demo.
Yeah.
And these older songs that 1 through 5 that I didn't know anything about, and it was a good education on how these songs were supposed to be performed. Mm-hmm. So we got lucky; he was able to fill in for like a month.
Except for the fact that Mario's brain was shot and he wasn't able to teach.
Yeah, I kind of learned all the guitar parts from a bass player.
Yeah.
Who was originally a guitar player, so it was a real mess.
And Joey's skills were starting to get up at this time too. So we had something different going on now. We had a different band, a more schooled. Oh God, more schooled and self-schooled, but
Well, we could tune.
Yeah, we could tune at this point.
Yes.
This is like around the time that the band started to tune properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Ian came in the picture because he was released from a band called Fat Nuts. Fat Nuts. He was released from them for, I guess, various reasons, and we scooped him up. And when he auditioned for us, I mean, all I could see was this little peanut behind a drum set with his feet that went brrrr.
How old was Ian when he joined?
He was 15.
15, wow.
Yeah. And he was already someone playing with the band. So, when did he start playing
Yeah.
out? When he was 8?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I think he was 14 when he was already playing with Fat Nuts, and then turned 15 right before he came with us. And,
when we recorded Be Afraid, he was 16, I think.
16, yeah. It went
He had
like
just turned like 16, I
Yeah,
think.
so this is 96 now. And, yeah, Ian had, because he was born in 80, so he, I think he was about to turn 17 when we recorded Be Afraid. And, we just see this little kid.
He was actually
so cute.
We
We took
actually-
pictures. We actually took pictures to put, as like bio pictures and stuff like that. And it was like, look at him, he's so cute. So we took a picture of him eating corn pops at Frank's kitchen table.
Yeah.
And he's like, like smile, make your eyes real big and doughy.
And they were stale for they were like a
He
year
was like,
old.
oh God, if you guys could see the look that I'm trying to imitate on my face right now.
You guys still have those pictures?
We
though?
do.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
I threaten him every now and then. I say I'm going to release them.
Oh, we're going to put them up.
If you're listening, Ian, one day.
Yeah. Don't think you're getting a modeling job for Calvin Klein. When
Maybe
that
what I'll do
picture's
is I'll
getting
take
out,
It's a
boy.
Wonderful Life, and put those pictures to it and stick it on YouTube.
But not to cut you guys off, let's actually take a listen to Be Afraid and see what we recorded here.
Okay, I hope you edited it.
That's something we're going to talk about afterward.
Yeah.
This is Be Afraid from the NJ Bloodline.
Whoa, stop recording. Dave, turn the tape off.
Oh, what's wrong?
Nah, man, we did that already. Technology lay the rest to the wind. I'll keep you all in terror because I'm just the thing. When I get to the Almighty, it's something that they are behind. Now you can't escape in society. Try to rape me, but I prove myself free. Now you have no choice but to hear me. You've done this to yourself, though you refuse to admit. I'll tell you all what's next to come when you don't clean up this. Yes. Excuse me. Did me with about 3 rocks. Pants of the lighter is about to get shot. Take a deep pull, the young, a cycle with a big blast. In the mouth, step aside for a sec. I want my burger busy. One to the brain. I know it's really gonna disease. It's all skin and bones. All the drugs on the stick. Get it out of the head. With a big blast. Abstract appreciation skills to look fine. Now she looks in to talk about anything but some of that rock. Do you have a favorite record time for what you yo, junk gets expensive. Don't think it's for a day. And they shoot the curl with every known disease. Fire goes down. Carry that fix. What's wasted? Slide to the glass. Yeah.
Did you guys hear all those radio edits on that?
Oh,
No comment.
If you guys did, give us a call, 908-497-4284. Once again, 908-497-4284. If you guys have any questions for NJ
what we
Bloodline.
used to call that was when we get to the part in the middle, right between Be Afraid and Big Glass. Well, I used to stop the set and just go, all right, now the filthiest 50 seconds on Jersey College radio. So, yeah.
Well, let's talk about the song "Be Afraid." What is it about? Because I understand it's very, very interesting lyrics on it.
Yeah, it was 2 songs actually at first.
Okay.
And it
What-
was
what-
one song.
What originally happened was there's a riff in there. I started writing this riff, and it was real slow, heavy, and doomy. So I had this idea to do this real slow, heavy, doomy song. And I brought it to the guys, and they were just like, no. I'm like, okay. So then I added another part, and then it turned out that they were like, no. So I'm like, okay. And then Reek says to me, why don't you do something like kind of like old school in the beginning? So I'm like, all right, well, I got this like heavy, doomy thing, and then I'm going to do this old school thing. Why don't we just make 2 songs, and we just always play them together?
Yeah.
Because I kind of like concepts like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we'll do 2 short songs, and they could be about 2 totally different things, and we'll place them together.
And
Okay.
Of course, I'm raising my head from the bong going, yeah.
So the beginning part was called Be Afraid,
Okay.
and the second part was called Of the Big Glass, beep.
Uh-huh.
And that's like musically where the song went, but lyrically, take it over.
Yeah. So, okay, Be Afraid. It's, well, you know what?
With the bleeping involved.
Yeah, the whole Kaczynski manifesto.
And there you
was-
go.
The whole Kaczynski manifesto came out. Everything was he was on trial at the time and everything. So yeah, it's about Kaczynski. It's about I felt with him.
AKA the Unabomber.
Yeah, I felt with him, dude. I liked it. It's, what I mean. This is what happens when you. This is what happens when you just rely on technology and nothing else. This is what happens when you exploit your fellow man to make money off your fellow man, using things that are going to make your fellow man obsolete. Eventually, when it all gets down there, we're going to be screwed. But you know what? Let me start screwing you in the meantime. Let me start, killing you with your own killing you with
technology.
your own disease. And then we had the dance part. And oh God, when I first heard that dance part, all I thought about was just people getting hurt, and just thinking of like a straight, direct kind of like lighthearted, funny, social critique hardcore song. And well, if for those of you who are familiar with urban terminology, the BGD, the Big Glass, is a crack pipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And it's glass.
Glass.
Not black.
not black, right? Glass. So, but I think it kind of worked in our favor. That people were like, "Oh, what did he say?" But yeah, it's about crack and seeing what it does to people, and like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Look at that slut. And it just.
For me, the cool thing was that the beginning was kind of like a hardcore song, and it had like very metal lyrics.
Yeah.
And then the second part's very metal, and it has very hardcore lyrics.
Yeah.
So it's like the song goes through like a complete identity crisis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which to me is pretty awesome.
And just know what? Now we don't even have to start playing the riff. People sometimes like we'll just play the intro when people will start and or I'll just be like, death. I'll say it and people will be like, oh, and they'll come up, they'll grab the mic right out of my hand and be like, death to all.
Yeah, I've been told that's one of the songs. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
everybody has, every band has their songs.
song, yeah,
like
yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's on the short list.
Then there's a couple other ones though that
Faceless is on there too, or no?
It's from some people, yeah.
some people.
I think as a whole, I don't know.
Faceless is one of my favorites,
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's cool.
especially when that breakdown there. I
Oh,
love
cool.
that breakdown.
Incidentally, that is the last song we ever wrote.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And even the song after it on that full length we did our rendition of that long before that. And you know what? We found the video of the first time that we played a lot of songs the other day.
Yeah, I have a video from '97 at the Pipeline. First time we played Fist. First time we played 6 Feet Deep that lineup.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
When did the Faceless come about?
The song or the album?
The song.
The song wasn't finished until the vocal tracks were being done for that record. And it was the very last song recorded. It wasn't finished until about 5 minutes before I jumped in there.
The music was done, though.
Yeah, the music had been done for a minute.
Yeah.
And for a minute, more like a
Actually,
year.
that song is interesting how it came about. Mario was tuning up one day, and he played this little scale. And he played it in his own little way. And it just sounded kind of interesting to me. So I started mimicking it. And it turns out that's the actual bass line at the beginning of the song.
Oh.
So then, hearing that bass line in that scale, I went in the opposite direction to come up with the little intro part.
Yeah.
So I had this like really cool melodic thing with the bass and guitar going on, and nothing after that. So then I started like a maniac. I started thinking like, what can I do with this little thing?
Yeah.
You know, it's so catchy. I really want to use it. What can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
And then as I started writing tablature and 17 guitar parts, it turned into a symphony, and eventually I scaled it down to
Yeah.
what is there today.
And the only recurrent theme when I was working on the lyrics or trying to write lyrics for it was it's like the one recurrent theme was like I'm lost. It was literally I was trying to write it, and it's it in the end, in the final rendition of the song, the theme of being lost just kind of held. It stayed strong, and pretty much I was happy. I wasn't just happy. The two of us, we looked at each other and we were like, yeah, got it. Oh, dude, I was so happy I got it. And it's what I wanted to say about a lot of things. Something that I had tried to say in other songs and just
I guess
wasn't
also
able
for
to
the
do it.
record, we kind of knew that by the time we were going to record this and tour,
Yeah.
that we were going to have big problems. We were having internal problems in the band, and the record industry really can weigh down on you a lot. And negotiating contracts and the whole concept of your music, this thing you put all your time and energy into, is just something with a barcode.
Yeah.
You can go to the store, buy it, scan
Yeah.
it, someone tracks it, someone gets paid, and here you are, you put all your time and energy into it, and maybe if you're lucky, you have a label that gives you a royalty report, and you see the negative numbers always.
yeah.
So it was just kind of like one of those things where, for me, I knew writing that song, it was going to be maybe my final statement with the band. So I kind of wanted to throw everything in there and just lay it out there and say, this is what, if this is going to be my last piece of work with this band, here it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
because in the dark post-apocalyptic sci-fi future, which we're all headed towards, you don't have a face, or you're just a number, and a number translates to a barcode,
Whether it's a social security number or, a UPS scanning.
or a docket number.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the label you guys are on, and let's talk about the tours actually, because I know you guys been around the world from what I hear, and from my sources here, especially on Wikipedia over here, where it says you guys sold 3,500 copies of "Be Afraid."
Yeah, and that was
in
a
cassette format,
In
yeah.
the cassette format.
But what it doesn't say on Wikipedia is that we would go stand out in front of shows in the city, like we would stand at the Slayer show and be like, "Here, you want to buy a tape for $3?" And
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
would say no.
Wow.
So then maybe
like, look, it's red,
Yeah.
and they'd be like, "Oh, that's cool. What? John Wayne Gacy? Yeah, give me that."
But then we started selling them, through distributors, like small independent people in Japan and Europe, and then your music just gets out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
before the internet, tape trading was really one of the only ways.
That's how it was. Yeah.
That's how it was, and you know, we were part of that too because we're that old apparently,
Yeah.
where we remember tapes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
releasing
remember.
things on
And
tapes.
I had a feeling that it would be the last great demo tape, and that's what I wanted to do. And I remember one of my favorite tapes, like as part of, because it's so rare. It was an import, and I've never seen one.
I've never
Again,
seen one myself.
was Stranger in a Strange Land 7-inch on cassette by Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
One side is Stranger in a Strange Land. The other side is a B-side called Juanita. And it was a red chrome tape. It wasn't solid. It was clear chrome type tape.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the great late 80s and early 90s thrash and even hip-hop albums were on. But this one was red. And I wanted that. Like, I wanted, you know what I mean? I wanted 1989 me going to Alwick's Records on Broad Street in Elizabeth. I wanted the stuff that I would buy there. You know what I mean? I wanted vintage vinyl looking in the tape case.
Yeah.
I wanted you know, hey man, can you open the tape case? Yeah, I need the key, man. Yeah, that one right there, dude. You know, oh, look at it, man. You know what? I'm gonna buy one and I'm gonna keep it in the plastic, and then I'm gonna buy one and I'm gonna listen to the whole thing. And I'm gonna smoke this whole pack of cigarettes and I'm gonna read the lyrics like 50 times. You know,
No, but
like,
seriously, you would get demos back in the day that would be like some terrible artwork, Xeroxed. You couldn't make out anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would be like a one sheet. You turn it over, it'd be blank.
Yeah.
It'd be on like the tape that someone went and bought to the store and just kind of hand wrote the name of the band.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's good for what it is.
Or they'd raid their parents' cassette collection and cover the two ends
Yeah.
with scotch tape.
I've gotten
and then
demo
dub it
tapes that
over.
were like a Barry Manilow cassette, and it was kind of like blacked out.
I got a
with
friend-
white out written the name of the band. And
I
we
got a
wanted
friend that actually worked for Earache Records, and he would steal demos that people sold, that people sent there to try to get signed, and he would steal them and bring them home, tape over them with his band's demo, and then just give them out for free. And the ones that he actually went to the store and bought for 50 cents, he would sell for $3.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean,
You know, I know where you are at too, man. Yeah, it's definitely not anyone that works at Liberty Travel in Union.
beep.
Definitely.
So yeah, I mean, like we wanted to take it to the next level in terms of what we could do. So we went to Kinko's. We sat with a woman. I didn't know how to do graphic design at the time, so we didn't know anything about how things were done.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of learned the whole thing the whole way through, and we wanted to release something that, even if it's a demo, we're proud of it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of times a demo is just like, go in the studio, bang out a couple songs, scribble it, and send it out. We were like, no, we want this thing to be like 10 years from now, someone's going to grab it and be like, yeah, remember that came out? That was great.
And people were getting it and saying, like, what label are they on? Like, label. These guys just did it themselves.
Yeah.
So, I was, that's what I wanted to do. And I knew I could twist Frank's arm into you know what I mean, doing it like that. And then the cryptic message. And Frank and I were just sitting in my driveway, and it just came out. We sat there with a pen and paper, and it was just like, here I am, just tired. It's after practice, and I just say something. And I was like, okay, count it. Because we wanted to count it, have the exact number of, to split it up evenly and make and of course, once it got to reproduction, there was a typo in it.
Yeah.
So
Damn Kinko's.
But what are you gonna do? No, that was from the cassette place, from the reproduction place. It came back because Kinko's. It was right.
Oh wow, those
Yeah,
bastards.
the zip disc was right.
Wow. Zip disk, yeah.
We had it on
For all
zip
you
disc.
out there that remember the almighty zip drive.
So many formats that just got blown away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Old school now. VHS, cassettes, zip drives.
I'm going back to analog.
Hard drives are getting replaced now with SATA drives.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
crazy.
Everything's getting.
Yeah. You know what? There's stuff that people were even trading us for, like shirts and cassettes at the time. Like I got, now people are going to be breaking into my house. I have 24 hours of death match and fire match wrestling footage from Japan, Puerto Rico, Mexico, all over the friggin' world. Like the King of the Death Match tournament, Dan Severn versus Tarzan Agodo.
Yeah.
It's like serious. Like somebody sent me 24 hours of classic wrestling on VHS when it was still, like, yeah, just send it on VHS, man. DVD's too expensive right now. So
DVD was a fortune when it came out. A fortune. Just like Blu-ray, a fortune. And then it's just like...
Now I got one for $20.
Yeah, Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You can believe how many people want to make money in this place. But what about the tours? Like, what kind of places have you guys been to?
As far as...
as far as out of the United States.
As far as out of the United States, we've pretty much only done Europe. We haven't done Asia. We haven't done Australia. Haven't done South America. I would love to play all those places one day. And but we've Puerto Rico's inside the United States, so that really doesn't count either. But
we did pretty much all of Europe.
Yeah,
all of Northern Europe, I should say.
All of
You guys
Northern
always
Europe.
had a good following there? They knew about you already? Or?
Well, people knew of us before we went there because of Be Afraid.
Yeah.
Some of the bands we were friends with that went out there, like Fury of Five, for example,
Or Cold as Life.
repped our stuff, and things trickle through. Like
Yeah.
water, they find the easiest path, and next thing you know, we're getting a phone call from Century Media,
Yeah.
and we talked to them, and then things kind of disappeared for a while. The guy got fired, I think, so we
Yeah.
kind of whatever offer they had for us got shelved, and then they came back to us. So by the time we were releasing Faceless. That demo had gotten its way all the way to Europe. People knew it, and
Yeah.
for good and bad reasons, that was how it worked out for us.
Yeah.
So the crowd in Europe versus the crowd in the United States, which one do you like better?
Now Europe might only be about as big as the United States, but there's 12 not even in Germany alone, there's like maybe 16 different cultures, and there's different regions and kids act differently everywhere. You could be in Germany and play in front of a bunch of guys and they're staring at you with their arms folded, and there's these big soccer hooligan looking skinheads, and they're just mean, and they're just like and just sitting there. They maybe move once to sip their beer, and they just stand, and then they go, "She was a nice show. You guys really good. Had very good time." Like, guys didn't. Well, okay, all right, whatever. And then you got a place where kids are just straight up doing flips off the stage, like they're enthralled by just more violence and just the dancing, and I gotta say, Finland, out of nowhere. People had no friggin' rhythm, but they were just about it. They went out there head first. Broken noses, broken arms, like, wow.
I put 2 clips up from Finland.
Yeah.
Because I always remember it being such a great time.
Yeah.
But then I had recently put a bunch of stuff from VHS to digital, and I had the chance to actually look at it. And I'm like, wow, these people were going bananas.
Yeah.
They knew lyrics to songs like Trail of Blood, which we rarely ever play.
Yeah.
They knew all the lyrics to everything.
Yeah.
The whole show.
And what kind of feeling is that when you get
That's
that?
success.
Yeah.
They're like, wow.
Yeah.
You just lay back.
That's
and
it.
relax.
I think, but my
I'm going to
most
buy my
memorable-
Beamer now, and just hit the beach. It's time for
I think
cocktails.
the most memorable thing, though, there's
arrived.
Lappeenranta, Finland. That was huge. It was enormous, and just like we actually met 3 brothers, right? The one guy comes up to me, skinhead dude, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my little brother turned me on to you guys," and then he's like, "Oh, here's my little brother," and his little brother was a metalhead, and he was like, "Yeah, my little brother turned me on to you guys. I like black metal. He likes oi. We really don't listen to hardcore, but we love you." And they were like, "Who's your little brother?" And their little brother was literally, he was like a 10-year-old kid on a skateboard. He's like, "Yeah," and we're like, one of them's like a skater punk kid. The other
And this
one's-
is like before the internet was there was no MySpace Bloodline page. There was no easy way to find
there's
out.
no
who we
3G,
were.
no.
Yeah, it's like, how did he find this? Would he dig a hole to China?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, and-
That's gotta mean success, dude. That's
Yeah, it was
to get
fun.
that.
We never got paid. Don't get me wrong. I've never made $1 from this band, but that alone is like, wow.
That's
worth
worth
a
it.
minute. It's
And then there
priceless.
was actually
Yeah.
another show in Finland, in where is it? Turku. I think Turku. Yeah, Turku, and it was show, I guess, sponsored by the local Echo distributor, and it said gangsta style closing, like, bah! Yeah. one of our former members works for Echo. Ain't nothing gangsta about it. So cost too much to be gangsta. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know. I at the end of the night, they're like, you guys have to cut the set short, and I'm like, dude, these people paid. They've been waiting. There's been technical problems all night. We're finishing our set. Okay, Joey and I are both hooked up to the PA. So what gets cut off? Joey and me are both cut off now. So Frank is still on. Ian's still playing. What should happen? But we're like, all right, you know what? Boom! We drop our stuff and we hit them like you would not freaking believe. We just went out there and just pummeled these kids, literally.
The one difference between Europe and America is the dancing is definitely harder here.
Yeah.
Because maybe it all started here. I don't know.
Yeah.
People here. I think are a little more violent.
Mm-hmm.
So when those two jumped out, it was like you just saw like weeble wobbles flying through the air.
Yeah,
They just mowed everybody down. It was
you
like,
saw
wow.
blonde hair and blue eyes just flying all over the place. Like, oh my God, the two darkest guys in the club are killing us all. And, it's like,
Because all the dancing they do out there is like mimic from what goes on over here,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
really is mimic from what goes on in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the style of dancing that goes on now is here.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know?
I guess this is where it all came from then.
Yeah, so like 98 here
Yeah.
was out of control.
Yeah.
Now, not so much, I don't think. I think people don't
We took
people don't want to get their shoes dirty anymore, maybe.
Yeah, we took
You know?
that
They wear
skank
the
thing
expensive
from,
$130 Jordans and stuff. They don't want to get it dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes even $200.
Yeah, I mean, we took that skank thing from the Jamaicans and we mutated it, and it became this New York hardcore thing, and then the creepy crawl, and then we poked fun at the way that it got so violent and people were just throwing kicks and punches. We poked fun at it. Because that's what people were doing at our shows, and we're like, yeah, and you know what? Instead, it became like more of a trend. People started getting their Kempo up and coming to shows doing aerials, and we were like, uh-oh, what have we done? So, it was like I felt like God looking down at his ants.
Okay, now next question.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, dude. Wow.
Well, let's see. We got I don't even know what to ask about after that. Let's take a listen to one of the songs real quick. This one is gonna be called. Which one would you guys like for the people to hear? We got Faceless, Dishonest. We already did Be Afraid.
You know what? Go to Dishonest
Nature.
Life. Dishonest Life, man.
All right.
I'd be all about that.
He
right
did
now.
just play that before, though.
Did I?
Yeah, he did.
So let's do
No, he
Trail of
did
Blood.
Be Afraid.
No, he did Dishonest Life before.
While you guys were here, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while we were here.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Well, you know what then? No. Screw that. You know what? Hit Faceless since we did
Sweet, yeah.
talk about it quite a bit.
No problem. Right here. This is Faceless from NJ Bloodline.
Go! Under the righteous trend, now everyone wants it. All alone in the crowd, I got nothing to believe in. And I'm up no patience with even less time. Or another form of mere worship leads to another corrupt state of mind. Together vote for a new line of army. Plastic and blood is another thing that on the vein. There's nothing but faces, and every smile is a crooked grin. With a bag of empty promises, thinking there's something to believe in. So surrender your identity, or take up this full ring. holding forth like a slug and stuff, and waving just like a flag. And then the rise of hell keep my brains alive. You think redemption itself sacrifice, but there's no way to get to heaven. You can swallow one drop forth, vented and inverted like a dust under the waves of time. Light in another red politics. So do yourself a favor, either red or resistance, or do it for yourself. And you letting go the distance, you know damn well you've been lied to before. So come out and confess, this town won't make it any more or less. Just a game with nothing left to it. So stand on a soapbox, if that's your choice. But the meaning is rambling, speak with no voice. And what's asking for, feet on the background noise. Rhythm walks in solitude, but not by choice. Not by choice. Yeah. Oh, not by choice. When the need for acceptance holds you like a demon, heals the propaganda. Here's the something to believe in. Haven't you figured it out yet? It all works the same. Some songs are behind and cause the symbol. Just another product to buy into. Nothing is free, least of all redemption. Everything is a price and all ulterior intention. And when the call to assimilate, give your life its meaning, heals the propaganda, give you something to believe in. It's time to search within yourself. And when the these walls are the consistency you built around yourself. Right now, just about it my way, and the greatest thing, the one that's with my mind beat, slip out of my head to leave me listless, faithless. Guiltless, careless, careless, free.
Whoever's listening out there, give us a call, 908-497-4284. You know you want to ask some questions.
Yeah, and at the end of that song, those aren't all exactly swears. You know what? Just to be friendly to the people that aren't as durable as the rest of us, we remove the words that might offend some people because, you know what? Sorry.
People are offended by Teletubbies. I mean,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah. This world is, I don't know what's going on with this world today. You got global warming, you got people being offended for little things.
Cell phone towers killing the bees off.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, we put, people even putting Christmas decorations up in their stores even offend people, and they want to, like, shut it down and whatnot. So.
You know what? But still, I mean, and I don't want to offend anyone else. Certain religious groups can drop their leaflets all over everything. They can put it in commercial retailers. They can put it on your car, and that's straight up an invasion of privacy. That's straight up waste of paper and trees. You know what I'm offended by?
I'm offended by getting Chinese menus underneath my car windshield wiper every day.
Why?
Because I don't eat that much Chinese food. Like, seriously, man. You know, I don't go to your house and put, like, pizza things underneath your thing. You know, like, chill.
Every day, really?
Yeah, like for a year and a half, every day I was getting this Chinese food menu. I'm like, dude, your stuff's not even that good.
I wouldn't mind it because I haven't found a place that could serve a decent Cuban sandwich in a while. So, you know, if I could, some sandwich shop that has panini that makes decent Cuban sandwiches, please put your friggin' menu underneath my windshield wiper.
The best places that make those good sandwiches can't even afford menus.
Right,
so
right, exactly.
That's what it is.
Pimiento Rojo on Elizabeth Avenue. And Not even owned by someone from Cuba anymore.
They can't even afford them, so you got to look for them.
Yeah. But straight up.
Wow. So a lot of talking today, and 3:59, and we're actually going to do it first. We're going to run into a little overtime. So we'll be off shortly, but I know you guys are out there, so give us a call. 908-497-4284. And give us a few questions. But another question for New Jersey Bloodline. What are you guys listening to now? Another stumped one.
Oh, wow.
These questions are good, man.
Macabre. Macabre is pretty much by far one of my favorite. Macabre, Satyricon.
I've been rocking the new Cynic album that came out this past year. Traced in Air.
Okay.
Really good.
What other bands do you guys?
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Actually, you know what? Just kind of like on a stoner kick, I've been listening to Lil Wayne.
Okay.
So, and
I was listening to some Frank Sinatra this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hank. Definitely gotta listen to Hank.
The double collection.
Nice.
Rocked that all weekend. It was great.
Were you guys any Beatles fans?
Yeah.
Were you guys?
I've
excited?
become one.
Yeah.
I've become one. Over
The
time.
remaster just came out. A lot of people were excited about that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Download that so Michael Jackson doesn't get the money.
Rapid share.
Yeah, rapid share.
So,
Protect our children.
What do you guys? Here's a question for you guys. How long do you guys think you guys are gonna keep going on for? Because you guys been since '91. We're already past the 2001 mark.
Right.
We're on 2009.
Well, we've actually been in discussions with our lawyer. We just at this point we plan to franchise the band.
Okay.
And when we get too old, we'll just get a bunch of 16-year-old kids to jump in. We'll continue writing the music for them, and they'll just be the face.
And me,
Yeah, like kind of like what Kiss is
Yeah.
doing. Like, you know, the Gene Simmons character is copyrighted and a trademark, and it doesn't even matter if it's him or not. It'll be somebody else.
And I'll do like the Futurama thing, and I'll get like a
We got
bender.
a caller. Give us a second. Let's see who it is. UCCR.
Hey,
Hey, Tana.
Hey, Tana.
what's up?
What's up?
Hold on.
Uh-oh. She's in the studio working.
Yeah,
I think.
studio the studio.
All right, there we go. I want to know if there's going to be another album.
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Well, were you just listening just now? Because we're discussing on how long this band is gonna last.
Yeah, I was catching some of that. I'm sure Frank's joking, of course, with the franchise thing, but
No. I'm working on designing a cybernetic body so you can strap my head onto it, so I'll be able to still.
It'll be like Futurama. When we're gone, we'll just have the head on some body. Yeah. The franchising
All right,
is where it's all at.
But I want to hear another one. I want another one. Just saying. I was mesmerized by this. I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
No, I was listening to the interview. It was a great interview. That's why I didn't call, because it was just so good. I didn't want to interrupt, you know.
Oh, so what are you saying? It sucks now?
No, to let you know I'm listening, and I had to ask that question. But
Hey, can I book
gotta
room?
go.
I don't mean to interrupt you. Can I book room C while we're doing the interview, or?
What?
I'm joking. I was going to book
I
C.
can't. It's so hard to hear. But I'll talk to you guys later. All right.
All right, later, Tanner. For those of you that don't know, that's Montana from Hellhound Studios, where we rehearse, where just about every hardcore band in this area, and a couple from out of the area, do all their jamming, all their writing, sometimes some of their recording.
Luckily for me, it's around the block.
Yeah.
For you, yes.
Oh,
For me, it's about 5 minutes. For others, New York City, they come from 138th.
Yeah, some come from all the way in Detroit.
So look at that. I
So-
mean, and we even have an article right in front of you guys.
That's right.
That was written by a journalist here.
This
in,
is the
right
Scroll,
Yeah,
April
the Scroll.
2009 issue.
So look at that, and Hellhound is featured
All right, right
in
on.
other places, and they have a recording studio now too. So
Yeah.
and they're looking on doing big things. So
Yeah.
be on the
Well, I've
lookout for
heard
that.
some good stuff coming
big
out of the recording
takeover.
studio.
I mean,
too.
you walk in and you got New Jersey Bloodline posters all over the place.
Yeah.
You got everywhere. You walk into the bathroom, you got another poster. Well,
Yeah.
if it's not there now, it'll be there later.
Yeah. You know, what's funny.
When the new album comes out.
It's funny. I just got a second job like
Beep.
right down the block. So everyone, Rose City Tattoos, go down there, check it out. If you check out Hellhound Studios, just walk down the block. And yeah,
Actually-
I won't be the one working on you. So
Well, the great
that's
thing
a
is you
good
can
thing.
go to Hellhound, you can record, then go get a tattoo, and then eat some pizza, Gino's Pizza. There you go.
And then go to the house party in Frank's house.
And that's it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
yeah.
it. Just chill back, relax.
And then if you're coming from New York, the train station's right there too, so you can head home.
No driving, no DUI.
Oh, see.
catch the subway in New York. That's it.
Yeah, and Rocky's has cheap drinks too, and that's around the corner. So
The waiting rooms are around the corner.
yeah,
too.
the waiting room.
Yeah.
Waiting room's a little too crowded and noisy and sometimes, but
It's a waiting room.
yeah, it's a waiting
Yeah,
room.
that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to call it for what it is.
Yep, yep. Actually, that bar reminds me of a Greyhound station. So yeah.
I think that's the idea that we're going for. Just chill back. They actually used to be closer to the station. Now they moved it a little back.
Yeah,
From what I
yeah.
hear. But we didn't talk about the new show that's coming up at Dingbats.
Right.
We did not talk about that. So let's talk about that real quick.
Well, there hasn't been a decent North Jersey spot for a while. I mean, there have been decent shows that have gone on, but just like a regular, homey type club where you can have decent metal and hardcore shows or punk shows.
Big up to Gutter because he's working really hard at getting things on a consistent level where, like old timers like us remember being able to go once a week
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
see cool shows.
Yeah, look up Gutter Christ Productions on MySpace. I think he's doing the Facebook and the Twitter thing now too.
Yeah.
But
That's what you got to do now to actually get everything out there because people don't want to stand outside anymore.
yeah, well, Facebook is for people that are lazy, because it finds you everyone. That's why I don't do that. I'll do one for the band, but I'm not gonna do one for myself. If I'm not trying to find you, believe me, I don't want you to find me. So it's like, oh, you might know this guy. Yeah, I do, and I want to slice him from his belly to his whatever. Anyway,
But anyway, the show at Dingbats is going to be really cool. It's the first time that Dingbats is going to be doing all ages
yeah.
Oh, nice.
for a
Yeah.
Sunday matinee. And
Yeah.
Marauders headlining. Gotta love Marauder.
And it's Marauders Come Home show from their U.S. tour, and it's Reign Supreme, which is if you're savvy about current hardcore, Reign Supreme is a really good band. They're coming back from their European tour, so it's kind of like,
A homecoming.
homecoming for two bands. You know what? It's our house. So
And for us, it's kind of like a homecoming because it's been a long time since we've played a place that actually has a stage with lighting
Yeah.
that is all ages.
Yeah.
yeah.
But for a hardcore band, would you guys prefer stage or would you guys prefer being in the entire crowd?
I like the stage because then that gives people a higher depth of jumping off the stage.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of like stage diving and floating.
Yeah, so you promote it a
So
lot.
when you have a stage, you have that. When you don't have a stage, you don't have that.
Yeah, I like floating. I like jumping off the stage, and you know what?
I don't care if the stage is only 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
2 feet tall might be all you need to
Well, you
get
can
that.
put a crate there and they can just launch.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not like seriously. It's kind of I guess I'm an old. I guess I'm an old man now because I remember doing things in the pit and people just understanding what you would do. Like if I go like this, if I put my hands down, that means flip me up.
Yeah.
And
there-
now if you want to get floated, you got to go hey ho, and me, I just grab the biggest dude there, pull myself up, and climb up his up his back, and then be like,
There was a time where if someone put their hands on your shoulders from behind you,
Yeah.
and you felt a foot in the center of your back, you knew that you were supposed to bend down a little bit so they could jump.
let
up.
him go.
Nowadays, I mean, I
They got to
wouldn't.
punch the guy in order
Yeah,
to get
forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Or if you say wall of death, like half the people are, they're like, wall of death? Oh, stand on the wall, right? Yeah, okay, buddy. So I remember I knew things were going to change when I saw Sick of It All at the first Warp Tour in Asbury Park, and actually Civ was playing, I want to see a wall of death, and people are just like, all right, go back to your suburban maze, you little.
But anyway, the show starts at like 4 o'clock.
Okay.
First band, I think, is on at 5. And pretty much has to be over like 10 o'clock, so nobody's going to miss work the next day.
Yeah.
There's no excuse not to go.
And if you're 21, the bar across the street is the same owner. You will be allowed back inside the club. You can go back and forth, do all that happy stuff.
Look at that.
So,
There's
And,
no reason not to go, so you got to go. Even if you're working, just call out.
Yeah, we're making new shirts for that day, and
We have a unique set written for this one. It's going to be, it's going to be a good time.
fun.
And people should come out, and definitely, if you don't, you're going to really regret it.
Oh yeah.
So that's
There's
all
going to be
I'll
free
say.
stuff going out too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So free stuff, 4 o'clock. What is
Yeah.
it? $12?
I think it's $12.
Yeah,
$12.
it's 12
Yeah,
bucks.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, with the current rate of inflation and the interest rates, I mean, that's really $10 in 3 years ago numbers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really, if you think about it, it's not any more
It's
expensive
about
than it was
8
3
euro.
years ago.
€8, maybe £6, I think. What else? Whatever. It's probably like 60,000 yen or something like that. But
Oh, man. So definitely come out for Sunday, April 26th.
yep.
This Sunday.
Now, you guys have some competition also, because I don't know if you guys know this band called The Bronx. You guys
Yeah.
know them? They're
I've heard of them.
They're playing in Ashbury Park that day, too. So there's a lot of people
So
who
what?
are
That's
into it.
Asbury Park.
That is Ashbury Park. So
Where
It's
at the lanes? At the lane?
No, Wonder Bar.
At the Wonder Bar?
Yeah,
I've,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never been there yet. Oh, yeah. I know
Yeah,
someone that
I've
works
never
there
been
actually.
there. They actually played yesterday. Maxwell's in Hoboken. They're playing
Yeah,
again on
they
the 26th.
played the Bowery Ballroom the other night because there's a hardcore band called Trash Talk that from I forget where they're from, but they've been posting that they were playing at the Bowery Ballroom with them.
Sweet.
But the Bronx, I have not heard them yet, but I've heard of them.
Yeah.
So
Although they're from California, but their name is The Bronx.
And they're playing Asbury Park.
yeah, just like Cypress Hill is from California and they're named after a neighborhood in New York.
There you go.
So,
But to continue on with the questions, we got another question here, and it's what motivates you guys? What motivates to keep New Jersey and NJ Bloodline going on and on and on? Was it the smell of success where all the crowd knew all the lyrics, or
I'm going to put it to you like this. We never had any intentions of doing anything.
okay?
We just played.
Uh-huh.
And then, the world came down on this man.
yeah.
And stuff happened, and we didn't get along for a while, and we were never really happy with how things ended.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we got, we reunited to play a certain band's show, and from that point, it was just kind of like, hey, well, we're all friends again.
Mm-hmm.
We all took the time to learn the songs again. Why don't we just rock out?
Yeah.
And it's just been on that level that, we can, so we do.
Yeah, and one thing that people were always like, you guys are so violent, but you're always smiling, you're always so happy, and you're polite, and it's like, yeah, jerk, it's because I had parents, and
I mean, I think all of us in the band have, we have our own things going on in terms of like what motivates us to actually play music. But at the end of the day, it's just friends coming together and
And just
playing
playing
music. And when people enjoy it, then it's even better.
Yeah.
sometimes when
we
turn
never
around-
we never really had the intention of like
Yeah.
we're going to be the hugest thing on earth. We're
Yeah.
going
Well,
to
you
take
shouldn't,
over.
because if you do have the intentions of touring before you even get a singer, or anything else,
Yeah.
you're gonna fail, because I mean you're pushing it way too far ahead. You gotta
Right.
start from day one.
Like when I was in 7th grade, I started my first band. It
Mhm.
was me and my cousin and a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And none of us could play instruments, but we already divvied out who's playing what.
Uh-huh.
And we had a name, we had everything. We just didn't have the ability to play music. So, I mean, I know what it's like to kind of start out with the wrong foot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
We-
I think what the major thing that keeps me at least wanting to play live is sometimes when you see the members of the band turn around and start having a little conference like, oh, let's do this. Well, with this band, no, it's not. It's it's Frank, Joey, and myself going, yo, did you see that dude get hit in the face? Holy, she's hot.
So, I mean, there is
You know,
also
so
that. We
it's-
like to play and watch people get hurt.
Yeah.
So pretty much we'll provide the soundtrack. You hurt each other.
cool.
What?
I mean, it's better than UFC.
Is it really?
Oh,
I've got it. That's why I'm going, because I got to see your show. I got to see how these people go nuts, and I want to be a part of it. Also, I want to get a black and blue somewhere, or either
Nice.
Actually, our last show in 2001, within 5 seconds, there was a broken nose. It was just blood hit me right here on the bandana I was wearing on my face. people were just slashed across the face. It was very memorable. We sounded like shit. Oops. Sorry.
Beep.
Beep. Oops.
Commercial.
Poop. But you know what? It was so fun. So, there was just no better word for that. Let's go to a song.
I never took time to look into the past, but it's all you can do when it happens so fast. It was there in the beginning, and now it's my age, so I can only pray that it's in a better place. And I'm so quick to tear me the making up proceeded to destroy it was said and done. No one was forgiven, now you let me in foot, cause I gotta keep it living. And we must on, and a whole lot of my thirst. Still going strong, you have to kill me first. I'm not a reason for what we do. Something to make it, I can stop it, didn't want to, but the more we make, more things change. I burn up too, no need to explain. But I'm so quick, even though we got no one. You see, I'm forgiven, and maybe you won't eat or even get what I'm saying, but just with me luck, cause we gotta keep playing. And we want on, it's out of my thirst. It's what keeps me going, you have to kill me first. But I just know you're listening. It's always changing, there's no time to cry. Cause I'll be running out, I'll get out until the day that I die. Go! It was a different state of mind, it's something we set out to do. I was the youngest then, I'll be the oldest now. Some didn't make it, I just didn't want to be the only one left. That I finally started out, that's my choice, because you see that's what I'm all about. Get out with life, to find there's always something missing. What is fun for you, man? Hope you're listening.
So we got a few more questions left, and we're gonna wrap it up for NJ Bloodline. One of the last few questions left. What was the best show you guys have ever done, and what made it so good?
This Sunday.
Oh,
No,
that's a good answer. So now you guys have to come out and support because
We've already done it in our head like 50 times.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to speak for me because I'm not an original member and I wasn't around in the beginning. And I think that it's pretty damn awesome to have your first show with, like, Biohazard. So, for me, that's really almost something I can't answer.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say I had a great time playing in Finland, those two shows. I had a great time playing with all the bands we're friends with. So it's really, I don't even know if I can say that.
Mm-hmm.
924 Gilman Street in Berkeley, California.
Oh wow, yeah, that was a great show.
That was
too.
good, and we were headlining that. So, yeah, that was a very memorable show, and it's known as a very PC venue. You know, other bands had been banned from there for just using the B word.
And we played "Be Afraid" unedited.
Unedited, and we ended the set with a certain cover that we do. And I just said, you know what? Everyone's having a great time here. We didn't know what to expect. And this song goes out to everyone that takes themselves and the people around them way too seriously. And when we played that, like, that was the biggest circle pit I had ever seen at a show that I was playing. And it was like straight up 7 rows deep. Opened up like a toilet, and there was like almost like AC in the place. And there was just so much love that night. And, you know, here we were, like totally alien. We were more at home in Europe than at this place. So, definitely.
How big is Dingbags? Because can you expect something like that at the Dingbags? Can you expect a 7 rows like that? Or is it
No.
Or is it too small?
No. The
I don't- you know
Dingbats
what-
has plenty of stuff to climb on and jump off. And
I can't even tell you the last time I saw Circle Pit in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah, New Jerseyans, man, I don't know what's up with you guys. No circle pits. You know, you barely even stage dive anymore.
I went to every time.
People are getting lazy. I'm telling you.
Every
People are
time I
getting
die
lazy.
concert I went to with the Bronx, and those guys were using crates to jump off the stage. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe just certain portions of New Jersey, but
Maybe it's just all our fans are too damn old to circle pit anymore.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
so we got to promote you guys to the younger crowd and get the younger crowd out there.
That's it.
So we can hit the older crowd.
Now we're going to stand out in front of Hot Topic with MP3s.
That's the crowd
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Like,
the new.
dude,
That's
let
the
me
new
forward
jamming.
this to you. It's like, yo, man, look. Here's, you get a free eyeliner.
Have you guys ever given your CD to like Hot Topics so they can play? Because I know they collect a lot of CDs from bands and they just play them. And
You know what?
ask.
Each hot topic in every different like region, they do different deals and stuff like that. I know California when I was with the Hoods, a couple local hot topics would order it. Like the manager would go out of his way to order it from the distro, like on their own, just to have it there.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, it's random places have random things from random labels and just buy different stuff. You know, somebody owner of like a similar to a Hot Topic store one time was like, yeah, what label, what distro, and just like it's like, dude, it's a demo. It's a cassette. I'll bring you as many as you want. You know, and actually. Oh, what's the place on 22 in the Middle Island? CD World or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah. I went in there and I was like, hey, do you want to take some demos off of me? And this is right when the Red Tape came out. And he goes, no, we don't do demos. I was like, okay, fine. Guess whose phone rang 2 days later?
What?
And guess who was at the other end?
Same guy.
Yeah. You know what I said? Well, you told me to go F myself. So... you know what you can do now? And he was like, that was you? And I was like, click, that was me. I hung up on him.
Wow.
Straight up. I was like, see you later. And I haven't bought anything from there since.
That's probably why they're closed now.
Yeah. That's right. I sent all your customers to Coconuts. Eat that.
Oh, Coconuts is closed too.
Yeah. And they stole everything.
Sam Brady's closed. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything closed.
Virgin is closing on 42nd Street. Oh,
Really?
everything's closing now, man. The economy's not a fun place today.
Yeah, well.
Virgin record stores, that's what makes 42nd Street.
Yeah.
And it's going to be gone pretty soon.
Yeah. And they have cool.
They can always
they're
convert it
also
to a
cool
massage
as well.
parlor.
Yeah.
A really huge one.
Virgin
Yeah.
massage parlor.
They can get old school on that 42nd behind.
Yeah. You know what? At least vintage vinyl's still going strong.
From what, yeah. How many locations there? Just one or?
Just one.
Mm.
Yep. They had two. There was one in Ocean on 35.
Mhm.
I remember years ago.
Yeah, but things
That's
don't-
how old I am, boy.
Stuff doesn't really work out too well in Ocean.
Yeah. No.
Businesses rise and fall there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the
yeah.
damn bennies. You know, they come down, they spend their money in the summer, then they disappear.
Yeah.
Yep. Or they move down here for 2 years. And then go home.
Oh, man. Let's get into one more song. This one is Vindictive Nature. We didn't play this one yet.
Nope.
Let's take a listen.
Let's dedicate this to my brother.
Now. I'm up in the dark, open the heart, and dig the nature. hands up and you hide. No jump. Try to walk right minute, and again I'll leave it. Moving on wheels, I'll let it slide. Making the thing go right for a living. I didn't want you to think, what do you make my mouth forgiving? I've been like thinking of it. Waiting patiently for this moment. My mind started flooding. It wouldn't stop again. I am a never flee. I'm a mere 1 to 3. My pleasure from the state. But now I'm back. I'm back. Doing all your business. And now they're on the witness. Stop me a snitch on my attack. Living good things, so right for a living. Anyone you can think. When you make my life forgiving. Yo, take it away, man. Everything that takes you around me up, get a view. I feel the negativity and negative views. You let off on it, if I walk in the park. Or I look at the weather and I really love the dark. The dark. I really love the dark. And one more time, I really love the dark. Click, click forever. Straight out of heat, pick up from a raw bloodline. The book big to be hanging from a street. A young drunk at the bill and go. Out guy, then you can tell me I won't, but I might say I'm mine. And your fucking friend, D&D, just it ain't gone. Back on the floor, cause my shit let me know, man. I've had this mother since 93. Lenny Brooks, what's up, I want a face to me. The man that you can feel still for me. The reason why you know you cut it out to deal with me. Stronger. I'm gonna get dumb. And at the end of the game, don't forget a stick naked.
Another one from NJ Bloodline. What do you guys think? If you guys are still listening, don't be afraid to give us a call. 908-497-4284. Once again, 908-497-4284. We are doing it first. We are going into overtime without people knowing. So let's continue on the interviews.
Yeah.
Well, anything you guys like to say? Anything, any
About that song, about anything in general.
Let's go about the song then.
That's about it's about when you get in trouble and then all of a sudden the person that you got in trouble with, which is usually their idea, decides to start putting all the blame on you because and try to come off scot-free and all that good stuff. I got it's about a personal experience about somebody that committed an armed robbery, and I was pretty much, what the heck are you guys doing? It came down. It was it got put on me, and I was like, "Are you crazy? Are you serious?" Well, needless to say, whatever happened to him happened to him. I didn't even have anything to do with it. So he eventually got hit by a car. And I was like, oh wow, karma, real B, isn't it? And right now, to me, it represents the fact that, well, my brother got in a little bit of trouble, and apparently, his best friend that he got caught with pretty much did it to him, and they did something a little more serious. So I miss you, Ed, and I hope you're doing all right. So
Don't drop the soap.
well, dude, he's like 270 pounds. If he bends over to pick up the soap, I don't think anybody's going to be looking at his hairy butt, dude.
That's not a sight to see, no.
Yeah. So.
That's not a sight to see, no. Not whatsoever. So, I think we covered most of the questions. No, we pretty much did cover most of the questions. Yeah. Any questions you guys have for yourselves or for for myself as far. I don't
Yeah,
know.
dude,
You're
yeah.
thinking of something,
Yeah, yeah.
or you're just
let's
looking at me
see.
weird.
Anyway,
Yeah.
you know what? Any way you can maybe you can possibly get a live track from Sunday.
We can do that.
Yeah, because I'm just interested to see how it would come out.
Yeah.
See what kind of capability,
Do they have a soundboard there?
Yeah,
They do?
an entire room.
We should record the set.
Yeah, they have an entire room in the back for the monitors there.
Oh, wow.
Well, I can check out the back, and then we'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah.
we'll bring field recorders or something like that.
Yeah, cool.
We'll do it somehow, one way.
Yeah, I'm just interested. Whatever. It's not like I want to hear myself sing the same stuff over and over again, but it's always fun to see. Like, I wonder how that would come out.
Well, here's one that I didn't ask yet. From '92 to now, how do you guys feel the songs have progressed? Is it the same, or is it completely different? And you guys, which one do you like better?
I think we can do a lot more. We know what we have, and what's funny, we know that we can branch out in 50 different directions and within one song, and still keep it uniform and keep it as a concurrent, as a fluid song that just tells a story and gets the point across.
Uh-huh.
And I think also I've become. I think my lyricism now is. I think now I have I can. The multiple meanings in things.
Express yourself properly?
Yeah. Not on the radio. I can't. I have to with a pen and paper and then memorize it, of course. But people take different meanings. Like this is what I gather from it. This is what and different meanings at different points when people need them in their lives. That's what's important. That's the I think to me, the point of writing lyrics is it doesn't have to exactly speak to just one person. And if you're just belting out something angry and brutal, and you're just straight up critiquing and you feel like, what?